Hi all. Now we look into the NCCG 20, that is ninth part, ninth question paper. So in that the first one, that is question number 91. Stir tank bioreactor have been designed for. So here the purpose of stir tank. So we are just stirring it. So there will be a stirrer here. So if we just look into the structure of stir tank bioreactor, this is how it will be. So here this is the stirrer is. So these are the impellers. And even this is a modified version of stir tank bioreactor where there will be sparging of smaller gas bubbles. So whichever the kind of stir tank bioreactor, the purpose is to increase the availability of oxygen throughout the process. That's why we are stirring it. So the answer is C. See, apart from the stirrer, the additional things which you see in the bioreactor are there will be the sterile one provision for passing the sterile air into the bioreactor, and we'll have the provision for monitoring the pH as well as temperature also. It's not shown, but there will be temperature monitor also. So there will be a sensor for temperature also. So this is the steam for sterilization, and there is a foam breaker on the top because there is a possibility of foam during the fermentation process. So in the case of Sparger stir tank bioreactor, here there will be sparging of smaller bubbles. So as smaller the gas bubble is, higher the surface area to volume ratio, therefore more exchange of gases will be. So that is shown here. So whichever the bioreactor it is, whether it is a stir tank bioreactor or any other bioreactor, the purpose of bioreactor is to keep the cells in log phase or exponential phase. So as we know, in the growth curve, there will be initial lag phase followed by the log phase and then the stationary phase. So by maintaining the proper conditions, we can keep the cells in the log phase, that is this phase. Because most of the products that we expect from the fermentation are growth associated products, therefore we'll keep the cells in the log or exponential phase. The DNA molecule to which the gene of interest is integrated, it is the vector. The copy number in recombinant DNA is, so this copy number refers to the number of copies of a particular plasmid in a particular cell. So when I just take uh, a bacterial culture of some 1000 bacterial cells are there in a culture. In that, each cell on an average, how many these plasmids are consisting, that is how many plasmids are present in each cell, that average number is called the copy number is. So some plasmids copy number may be one only, some may be 100, some may be 1000. So the copy numbers vary among different plasmids. So this copy number is actually determined by the ORI site only, that is origin site only. So how many times, say if I take a bacterial cell, once a plasmid enter into the host, that is bacterial cell, now the plasmid is present inside the host. If it replicate once, 2 copies of plasmid, twice 4 copies, like that, how many times it replicates and how many copies it is going to form, it is actually determined by the ORI site only, because this is the one which is involved in the replication process. So the copy number can be defined as the average number of copies of plasmid per single host cell. So this varies usually from 1 to 100 as per the NCRT. So this is the figure, but you'll find even large number of plasmids also. So just for examples, in the case of PBr322, the copy number of PBr322 is 15 to 20. It is actually low copy number plasmid. But when it comes to the PUC, that is Plasmid University of California, this has 500 to 700 copy number. So this is one of the higher copy number plasmid. Manipulation of DNA in genetic engineering became possible due to the discovery of. So actually there are two things here, both restriction endonuclease and DNA ligase, both are required. Because of these two only, there is a possibility of genetic engineering. So A and B both are correct only. Linking of tetracycline resistance gene with the plasmid vector became possible with. Linking is possible because of DNA ligase. DNA or RNA segment tagged with radioactivity. It is a probe. So probe is one complementary strand, the complementary to the target gene. So for example, if I want to detect this particular gene, this is the complementary sequences. This can be a single stranded DNA or single stranded RNA, and it is radioactively labeled or maybe fluorescently labeled. Now when it is labeled like this, wherever the gene is present, it is going to bind with this. So by detecting radioactivity or fluorescence, we can find out whether this particular gene is present in the sample or not. So a probe is a fragment of RNA or DNA, single stranded, which is radioactively or fluorescently labeled. For gene gun method, the transgene delivery transgene delivery, the genetic material is coated with. Actually, genetic material is not coated by this. Genetic material is coated on tungsten or gold particles. Next, question number 98. An analysis of chromosomal DNA using Southern blot does not use. See, when I'm performing a Southern blotting technique is when you have separated some macromolecule like DNA, RNA, or maybe protein also. So in this case, Southern blot is about DNA. So when you have separated the DNA in the gel, the DNA will be present inside the gel. So initially we'll transfer this thing onto one membrane like nitrocellulose membrane. This technique is Southern blotting is. So in this there is no use of PCR. PCR is just for the amplification of DNA. In the blotting directly it is not involved, but electrophoresis is required. Blotting, that is transfer from this gel onto the membrane, it is blotting is. Autoradiography. So once these are transferred onto the membrane, you can detect the strands or the desired sequences by using detecting the radioactivity present in the probe. So what we'll do is, once it is transferred onto the nitrocellulose membrane, we'll add the probe. As we have seen, the probe is already radioactively labeled. So this radioactivity can be detected by autoradiography only. So all these three will be used. PCR is not used in the Southern blotting. So the other important things, Southern blotting refers to the DNA. So when I'm performing this technique with DNA, it is Southern blotting is. So just opposite to that, that is south and north. Actually, Southern is scientist name. After that, Northern is just given as like from this particular name. Now, Northern blotting is for RNA, Western blotting is for protein, and Eastern blotting is actually for carbohydrates. Naturally, Western blotting is one of the important diagnostic technique for the detection of HIV. So to confirm AIDS, this Western blotting is performed. If you insert a gene fragment in BAM-H1 of PBR322, the colonies. So when you just look into the plasmid structure, this is where the BAM-H1 is. It is the part of tetracycline resistance. So when I insert the target gene in this particular part, tetracycline resistance will be lost, but it will have the ampicillin resistance. So susceptible to tetracycline, grow in ampicillin because it has resistance to ampicillin. Elution is a process of extracting DNA from gel piece. So after the completion of gel electrophoresis, the DNA strands are present inside the gel, within the gel, in the pores of the gel. Now what we'll do is we'll just cut this part. Say for example, I want this particular fragment, so I'll just cut this particular part. This is the gel is consisting the DNA strand is. Now from this we can just take this DNA out. That particular technique is the elution is. So the process of extracting DNA from gel pieces is what the elution is. Some alternative selectable markers produce color in the presence of chromogenic substance. Which gene is responsible for galactosidase? So, in the case of PUC, that is Plasmid University of California, this is how the structure of PUC. One of the PUC vector, that is PUC19 is. So here there is LAGZ. So as we know, LAGZ is able to produce beta galactosidase enzyme. So by detecting the presence of LAGZ or it is inactivated, we can find out the recombinants. So that's how so it is enzyme is the gene is LAGZ gene. Which process does not include downstream processing? So the total biotechnological process is divided into three different stages. Any process. One is the upstream process. So the first one is upstream process, followed by the production. So here there will be production of whatever the desired product is there, it will be produced. So this is where we use the fermenters. So upstream processing is where the suitable strain is actually generated. So upstream processing is that. So once the upstream processing is completed, then the production, then comes the downstream processing. So improvement of strain is actually the part of upstream processing, not the downstream processing. Which of the following is a cloning vector? So TI plasmid, as we know, it's a cloning vector. The remaining are not actually the vectors. Here, the different things are given. PBR322 is here. So it's a modified bacterial plasmid. So it's not the original one. It is the modified one. It's not the viral genome, not even the transposon. Restriction endonucleases used in the genetic engineering cut. So they'll cut a double stranded DNA, but not this because they can detect the palindromic sequences. Palindromic sequences can be found in the double stranded DNA. Which one is not the correctly matched pair? So lysozyme can be used for the digestion of cell wall. Chitinase can be used for the digestion of chitin. Ribonuclease for the RNA, but not protease. Starch you can digest with the amylase. What is the main objective of gene cloning? So the main objective will be always the production of something. So here say protein. Thermus aquaticus. So this is the bacterium from which we have isolated the tag DNA polymerase used in the PCR. It actually belongs to Archibacteria of Monera, as it is able to grow in the extreme conditions like high temperatures. So this is actually one thermoacidophile. Restriction enzyme EcoR1 is isolated from. So the strain from which it is isolated is RY13. Now coming to the question number 110, which type of force cell suitable for the biolistic gene gun to introduce foreign DNA? So when this biolistic gene gun or simply gene gun is used for the plant cells. So in the case of bacterial cells, plasmids are used. In animal cells, directly you can use the electroporation kind of technique, or maybe you can use micro injection. So human cells anyhow, animal cells only. Restriction endonuclease are enzymes which may cut its specific position within the DNA molecule. So the remaining options are wrong. Cohen and Boyer isolated an antibiotic resistant gene by cutting out a piece of DNA from a plasmid, which was responsible for. So they have performed the experiment in the year 1972. Match the correct steps involved in PCR and the corresponding temperatures. So the denaturation is actually for the strand separation. This can be performed at high temperature, that is about 95, whereas annealing is performed for the attachment of primer, and it is about 50 degrees Celsius, and extension will be polymerization, that is at the 72 degrees Celsius, where this tag DNA polymerase is active. So when you just look into the cycle of the PCR. This is one cycle is DNA denaturation, annealing, extinction. So from here to here, it is one complete cycle is. So in the denaturation process, the double stranded DNA is separated from each other. Now this is at higher temperature. So in this graph, it is above 90 degrees Celsius. So this temperature actually depends on the length of DNA which you are amplifying and the GC content also. So here in the denaturation process, the two strands are separated and the temperature is decreased. Now there will be annealing of the green one is the primer here. There will be annealing of it. Then the temperature is again increased to the optimum temperature of the Taq DNA polymerase, where there will be polymerization process. And again this process will be repeated. So each cycle will be this. So when you just take the double stranded DNA and keep in the PCR machine or thermocycler, we'll just set the temperatures only. So this cycle will be repeated again and again. So for example, if I repeat this cycle for 30 times, so this one DNA will become 2 power 29 copies. That's how the extension will be. To express human gene in a bacterium, cDNA must be made because the bacteria. So cDNA is the copy DNA or complementary DNA, which is actually produced from the RNA through reverse transcription process. So when you are inserting some particular gene into the bacterium, as we know, bacterium does not possess the introns. Therefore, there will not be splicing mechanism inside this. So whenever before performing this experiment, you have to take out the introns from that. So as the bacteria cannot remove the introns, what we'll do is instead of the gene directly, we'll use the cDNA. So this cDNA is directly produced from RNA. So this is the mRNA. From this, the DNA is produced. So as we know, mRNA does not consist of introns because it is a product of splicing. So this cDNA is used in the bacterial cloning. Now, in general, ORI gene is present in. See, ORI gene is for its the origin of replication, which you can find in the chromosomal DNA and plasmid DNA also. During transformation procedure, E. coli after heat shock at 42 degrees Celsius, why the cells are kept on ice? So this is to allow the entry of recombinant DNA. So before this heat shock, will keep the cells along with the divalent cations, where the porosity of the cell wall is increased and it will just come close to the plasma membrane, after which we'll perform this. That is initially keeping on the ice, and after that transferring to the it's giving a heat shock and again transferring back onto the ice. So all this is to allow the entry of recombinant DNA. In order to isolate DNA from E. coli cells, so for isolating only DNA, we need to digest the RNA with the ribonuclease and proteins with the protease. Read the following statements. So and find out how many are correct. So in this, all the four are correct only. Question number 119. Identify the elements having the following characteristics. So the characteristics given here are present in bacteria, used for recombinant DNA technology, for the development of desired gene product, and self-replicating. So all these are the characteristics of a plasmid. Which organism was used to isolate antibiotic resistant gene by Stanley Cohen and Herbert Boyer? So this antibiotic resistant gene is actually isolated from Salmonella typhimurium. So this antibiotic resistant gene is transferred into E. coli through plasmid. So that was the experiment they performed. So it is B. Which is the first molecular scissor isolated? It's hint 2. How are the restriction enzymes act on DNA strands? So as we know, the enzyme recognize specific palindromic sequence and cut only the sugar phosphate backbone, not any other bonds. So they are specifically breaking the phosphodiester bonds. Which of the following gel electrophoresis can be used? So for what this gel electrophoresis can be used? It's for the separation of DNA, RNA or proteins according to their size. So it's for the separation basically. It's not just for DNA. Even RNA and proteins also can be separated in gel electrophoresis. How separated DNA fragments can be visualized after staining the DNA? So once the separation is finished, we can just stain with uh, ethidium bromide and we'll just expose that to the UV light. So this is the answer is B. If there is no insertion of DNA in the PBr322 plasmid, on which medium the bacteria will grow? As we have just seen, the PBr322 possesses both antibiotic resistance, that is ampicillin resistance and tetracycline resistance. So if there is no insertion of DNA, the bacteria consisting PBr320, original PBr322 is able to grow both on the media. Which one is the alternative selectable marker to differentiate recombinant and non-recombinant based on the chromogenic substance? So this is what we have seen in the PUC plasmid, that will laxate will produce beta galactosidase. So when you just add some colorless substrate to this, so one substrate to this, it will be converted into some colorful products. So by detecting this particular reaction, we are able to differentiate recombinants from the non-recombinants. Which of the following microbes are used for the transformation of plants and animal cells? So plants, it is Agrobacterium tumefaciens, whereas animals, it is retrovirus. Which plasmid is possessed by natural Agrobacterium tumefaciens? So in this bacterium, TA plasmid is present. Indirect delivery of foreign DNA into the host. See, electroporation, microinjection, this biolistic or gene gun, all these are the direct delivery mechanisms, whereas disarmed pathogens, vectors are the indirect methods. Which enzyme is used to isolate DNA from bacterial cell? So for bacterial cell, it is a lysozyme because lysozyme is able to digest the bacterial cell wall. During PCR, how many sets of primers are used to amplify the DNA fragment? So we have already seen the PCR technique just now. So here, one primer is able to bind with one side, the other primer is able to bind with the other side. See here, this particular, when I just take the DNA part, this particular strand and this particular strand will not be same, right? This sequence will be different, this sequence will be different. So I need two different primers. So one set of primers are required. So answer is one set. Primers are, so basically they're chemically synthesized oligonucleotides that are complementary to the regions of target DNA. So that's where the polymerization will start. The production of higher yields of desired protein is by, so in the fermenter, we are able to produce or generate the larger amount of product. So biofermenter is the one, or simply fermenter. Whereas the other terms, what is biocomposting? So here the composting by using any microbes. In the case of bio venting, we'll just increase the oxygen content in a soil where the bioremediation is taking place. Say I have some soil, this is all the soil inside which the bioremediation is taking place. So if I increase the oxygen content of this, the bacterial growth will be increased and there will be more increased bioremediation. That's what bioventing is. Whereas bioaugmentation is, if I have a soil and if I am adding the microbes which are involved in the bioremediation, that is called bioaugmentation. So in the first case, already microbes are there inside this. I'm just adding, increasing the oxygen content. In the second case, I'm adding the microbes. So that's what bioventing and augmentation are. Which one is not genetically modified organism? So plant cells is a natural one, so it's not the genetically modified one. The remaining all are actually genetically modified. So we have seen in the case of melodic and incognitia resistance, and this one we have seen in the case of flowers or tomato. And E. coli using for insulin is also genetically modified one, where the Bt toxin get activated to form soluble protein. So this happens inside the gut of insect as it possesses alkaline condition, which is a correct statement in the case of insulin. So insulin isolated from the pig or any other animal will actually cause allergy because the amino acid sequence will be different from human. That's why it can cause the allergies. So that's a wrong statement. So cannot cause allergy is the wrong statement. Immature insulin of human bears two polypeptide chains. In fact, it bears three. That is A, B, and three C chains. So the answer is this one is wrong. So actually, it should possess three, not two. The inactive one. Human insulin gene is cloned and expressed in bacillus species. So no, actually E. coli species. Mature insulin of human possesses two polypeptides, yes, A and B chains. Which is the most suitable test for identification of disease at an early stage by detecting serum antibodies? See, PCR cannot be used for the amplification of serum antibodies, so it is wrong. If it is for the early detection by using the genetic material, it can be PCR. DNA fingerprinting, no. The answer is actually ELISA. So when you just look into the basic technique how the ELISA is actually performed, as we know, it is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. So here in this particular figure which I have shown here, we are trying to detect the antibodies in the serum. So I have a sample or serum sample. So if I take the serum sample, in the serum sample, I just want to find out whether a particular antibody against particular antigen is present or not. So this technique is for that, this particular figure. So this is immobilized antigens. So you can find this is one antigen, blue one is one, orange color. So we have three different antigens on the surface. I wanted to detect this particular antigen. So I'm just blocking the remaining site where the antigens are absent. So I'm blocking this by using some particular protein. These are also, this is the blocked region is. Now when I take the serum sample from the patient or any person and I add this to the immobilized antigens, if this particular antibody is present, then only it will bind to the specific antigen. Now we'll use one more antibody that possesses an enzyme. This antibody is against this antibody. So it is a secondary antibody which is actually enzyme linked. So if this particular antibody is present in the serum sample and when it binds with this antigen, then only the secondary antibody is able to bind with this. So if this particular antibody is absent in the serum, this cannot bind with this antigens. That's how the detection will be. So let us assume the serum is having the antibody. Then this antibody is also able to bind with us. Now we can use this enzyme for the generation of a particular color. So if the color is produced, the antibody is present, and if the color is not produced, the antibody is absent. That's how the ELISA will work. The term used to refer use of bioresource by companies without the proper authorization is actually biopiracy. Rosie is a transgenic cow producing human milk protein, that is alpha lactalbumin. The colonies of recombinant bacteria appear white in contrast to blue color colonies on non-recombinant bacteria because. So this is again that PUC vector when you just see when the, if this is the LAGZ gene, in this LAGZ gene, if the insert is present, the desired gene is present, then the LAGZ will be inactivated. Therefore, when I add a color, when colorless substrate is added, it is not converted into colorful product. So here the recombinant is not able to convert colorless substrate into colorful products. So non-recombinant bacteria contain galactosidase is the answer. Remaining options will be entirely different. So the answer is A. So this is how actually the colonies will be. So this is the non-recombinant colony, whereas the white one is actually the recombinant colonies. Which of the following is not a feature of plasmid? It's actually double standard. That's why the B is wrong option. During the process of isolation of DNA, chilled ethanol is used for the precipitation of DNA. So when you add chilled ethanol to the isolated DNA, the DNA will be precipitated. Polyethylene glycol method is used for, see here, when I have two different protoplasts and I just wanted to fuse these two different protoplasts, the polyethylene glycol or simply PEG is used. PEG is used. So polyethylene glycol is for the fusion of two different protoplasts. So this protoplast fusion can be for the hybridization or maybe for the cybridization. So whichever it is for the fusion. So either it is hybridization or cybridization. Which among the following is not genetically modified organism? So golden rice is genetically modified, BT cotton, RNA plant. E. coli is not genetically modified. It can be genetically modified. Which order the armyworm belong to? So this is directly from NCERT. As we know, tobacco budworm and armyworm both belong to Lepidoptera of insects, whereas beetles belong to Coleoptera, flies and mosquitoes belong to Diptera. The polypeptide chains in insulin molecule are joined by. See when you take for example antibody structure also we have seen the same thing. So this is how the antibody will be. See, these are all the heavy chains and these are the light chains. Now, when you take different polypeptide chains, I have totally 4 polypeptide chains in the antibody here. These polypeptide chains are attached with each other by disulfide bonds. Inside this polypeptide chain, you can find the peptide bonds. That's a different thing. The question is about polypeptide chains in insulin molecule are joined by. It is disulfide bonds. So the answer is C. For the detection of complementary DNA in a cell, the nucleic acid can be tagged with radioactive molecules. What is the nature of nucleic acids? So that is what the probe is. It can be single stranded DNA or RNA. By which method the AIDS patients are diagnosed? So for the diagnosis of AIDS, HIV, we can use either PCR for the detection of the HIV genetic material by amplifying it, or maybe ELISA, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay can be used, or even the Western blotting also can be used. So these are all the techniques, diagnostic techniques for the detection of AIDS. How many rice varieties are estimated in India? So totally 2 lakh varieties. Which one is a transgenic bacteria? It is E. coli with plasmid. It is a transgenic bacteria. So it is not the transgenic one, it's the natural one. Second one. And this is also natural one. This is anyhow virus. Which statement is false regarding genetically modified plants? So actually genetically modified plants are for all these things. So there is no proper answer inside this. So it can be GM plants are for abiotic stress resistance like temperature or maybe drought resistance kind of thing, or maybe for biotic stress tolerance, or maybe for high yield, or maybe for increased nutritional enrichment like golden rice. By RNAi method, pest resistant plants have been developed. In RNAi, genes are silenced by, so double stranded RNA used in the antisense RNA technology or RNA silencing. Choose the correct option regarding the retrovirus. It's the RNA virus that synthesizes DNA during infection. DNA vaccines are. So mixture of hormones is wrong, attenuated is wrong, toxide is wrong. So they are actually pure RNA or DNA, mostly the DNA. So what we'll do here is, when, for example, I wanted to introduce a specific antigen into one person, say muscle cell is there, this is muscle. You can introduce the DNA directly into the muscle cell. This DNA is able to produce antigen. The same principle what we see for attenuated vaccine or killed vaccine or maybe toxoid, whatever it is. So antigen has to be introduced for stimulating the immune system. So here the DNA is introduced. This DNA is able to synthesize the antigen. Therefore, it will stimulate the immune system. That's what the DNA vaccine is. Consider the following statements. So to find out the incorrect one. See, first one is incorrect because the first transgenic cow, that is Rosie, is able to produce alpha lactalbumin, not alpha 1 antitrypsin. Restriction enzymes are used to isolate DNA from macromolecules. It's the wrong one. It's not possible to isolate DNA from the other macromolecules. Consumption of which one of the following can prevent blindness? So, as we know, golden rice possess the beta carotene. Therefore, this can be used in the treatment of vitamin A deficiency. Some of the characteristics of Bt cotton are mentioned. Uh, so, which one is the correct one regarding that? So, it's a high yield and resistance to bollworms. Remaining options are wrong. Human insulin is being commercially produced from the transgenic species of Escherichia coli. The 168 question also same. So, again, it is Escherichia coli. DNA fingerprinting referred to. So it's a technique used for the molecular analysis of different specimens of DNA. So we'll just take the DNA profiling by using the electrophoresis, and that's used for the detection of different DNA samples. So the remaining options are wrong. Not crystal structures, and not microscopic observation, and not for the identification of fingerprint of individual. Which years the first clinical gene therapy? So which year it should be? So it is 1990. So the first clinical gene therapy was given to one 4-year girl who was suffering from ADA deficiency. Read the following statements regarding need for transgenic animal production. Which statement is wrong? So it's first statement is wrong. So actually, mice are the most number of transgenic animals that we have. Which method is an old method to diagnose the disease? Blood analysis is the old method. The remaining three are actually advanced methods. Malaydic and incognitia infects tobacco. CRY protein, CRY2AB and CRY1AC are used for the bollworm resistance, and CRY1AB is for borer, corn borer. So answer is D. And for the production of humulin is nothing but the human insulin. Uh, how many strains of E. coli are required? See, actually, A chain and B chain are separately synthesized, separately produced from two different strains of E. coli. Later, they are isolated from those corresponding E. coli and they will be joined by disulfide bonds. So that's how the production of the insulin will be. So we don't produce the complete insulin, including the C chain, because the bacteria cannot remove this C chain by post-transcriptional modifications. So, sorry, post-translational modifications. Therefore, we'll just perform this particular technique. That is, A chain separately synthesized, B chain separately synthesized, and they'll be joined by disulfide bonds. So, both are produced from two different strains. An organization that make decision regarding genetic engineering experiments is Genetic Engineering Approval Committee, GEAC. Which of the following is an example for Indian variety that has been patented in US by one company, that is Basmati rice? So this is what we have seen for example as biopiracy. Through rDNA technology, the human insulin is developed from which bacteria? Human insulin is actually produced from E. coli, as we have seen. The transgenic animals are those which have see when you just talk about the transgenic animal, I'm producing the transgenic animal where that particular gene is actually present in all the cells of the animal. It may be expressed in only few cells, but will be present in all the cells. Production of human protein in bacteria by genetic engineering is possible because human chromosome can replicate in bacterial cell, which is wrong. The mechanism of gene regulation is identical in humans and bacteria. Again, wrong. Mechanism will be different. Bacterial cell can carry out RNA splicing reaction. No, it cannot perform. Genetic code is universal is the reason. CRY protein kills. So the protein can kill insects. Transposons are. So transposons are the genetic elements which are actually mobile. So they are also called jumping genes. They'll just move from one region of the genome to the other region of the same genome, or in the within the same chromosome or different chromosomes. How many recombinant therapeutics have been approved in India? India it is 12, in the world it is 30. First transgenic cow developed in the Rosie is actually produced in the year 1997. Which of the following is used to treat emphysema? So alpha 1 antitrypsin is used for the treatment of emphysema. Replacement of defective gene with the normal gene is gene therapy is. Which of the following is not a component of PBR322? Just now you have seen the structure of PBR322. HindL2 you don't find in the PBR322. Flowers are is a transgenic variety of. So it's a variety of tomato. cDNA probes are copied from mRNA. So as we have already seen, the mRNA will be taken, it will be reverse transcribed to produce the copy DNA or complementary DNA. So it is reverse transcriptase. So here reverse transcription is also called teminism. So it's just for additional information. Reverse transcription is also called teminism, after the name of the scientist Temin, who actually identified the reverse transcription process. Important objective of biotechnology in agriculture sector. So to produce pest resistance varieties is one of the important objective. Increase nitrogen content. So nitrogen content cannot be increased. So it's the wrong one. Increase maturity period. Actually, we'll try to decrease the maturity period, not to increase, because as fast the plant or animal reaches this maturity period, you'll get the product faster. So we'll just decrease the maturity period, not increase. Increased plant height. Actually, will this dwarf varieties are having advantages. So in the agriculture, actually dwarf varieties are economically important. So we'll try to decrease the height again, not to increase the plant height. So again, it's the wrong one. So the answer is A. So these are all the answers for this question paper. Thank you. Thank you very much.